Hey guys, Joseph here. Just want to talk about ESIC and AU CSGO at the moment and what I've been thinking about it. I thought ESIC would be going to be really, really quick. They've got all the evidence there, take 2 to 3 weeks, and everyone will know why they're banned or not, and people get their appeals and stuff like that. Turns out that they are beyond incompetent. Like beyond incompetent. I just don't really have the patience, and it pisses me off quite a bit where it just feels like some people aren't being heard and they're getting their decisions through another circuit, which just really sucks. It's not good enough. It's not good enough for org at all. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's really, really damaged the scene in Australia. It's given a lot of people chances, and it's also really damaged a lot of people's chances as well. And the thing is, of course, it's a lesson for AU to learn that they shouldn't be gambling on other games and stuff like that. It should be a big, big lesson. But I feel like the AU scene was simply forgotten about and never actually told about the seriousness of betting in a professional league. I know that from the start, from being in AFL and stuff like that as well. Obviously, I'm not in the AFL, but I know players got banned, stuff like that, anti-betting rules and stuff like that there as well. And literally talking to a guy at DreamHack about it, okay? So, being EU and stuff like that, where they talk about how bad it is to, conflict of interest and stuff like that. But the way this AU scene's been handling has been very poor. It's been extremely poor. Players not receiving any information for 4 or 5 months or anything like that for what they've been charged with halfway through their ban. And, people who in the NA scene, I'll give you a prime example of this, who have done something really bad, they've been referred to the FBI and are still allowed to play. I feel like the AU players and the NA players, the one who involved in the organised match fixing, should be the one to be suspended until they're investigated. They should be the ones being suspended, not the AU players. The AU players, literally, I don't think any of them have any match fixing allegations to them, okay, at all. Betting on themselves, or I'm not terribly too sure. There's just betting related offenses. None of them have been accused of match fixing. There's a potential for it to upgrade the charges, but there's nothing to it. And it's been pretty poorly handled, to be honest. It's just people not receiving the evidence, people receiving their response to the appeal via HLTV podcast. That isn't very good either. It's very unprofessional. Very, very unprofessional. And it's really, really frustrating where, I cast every fucking game in Australia. I know this is not kid-friendly now, by the way. I do a lot for the AU scene where I'm casting for free. Recently, this is the first time recently where I've been getting paid gigs from stuff like that. I'm getting paid for my casting. And it's really disappointing to just see this where, a scene that is literally struggling, at the moment, okay? From the ESIC bans. Just get, just treated like that we're not really a scene or really shouldn't pay attention to at all. And it really sucks. It really just puts a punch in the kidneys and stuff like that. Now, the AU scene is going to survive, obviously. There's a lot of players in here that believe that they can strive to be the best that they can be, that they can get out there and beat renegades and stuff like that. There are people who are striving despite the fact that 2 orgs have pulled out, that, they can be very, very competitive and stuff like that. And I think it's going to get to the point where if they do qualify for online tournament, that they'll, buy their own plane tickets and go there in the end and get everything done for them as well. Maybe even get some sponsorships and do kind of a Bad News Bears kind of thing where, they may just make themselves the brand. But, good on them. And I just feel like this is my feelings. But I thought ESIC were going to do a really, really good job and be hey, this is that. Listen to appeals, maybe listen to a few sentences and stuff like that without really being forced and pushed. And, well, obviously they weren't really forced. It was a really frustrating ordeal. A really, really frustrating ordeal. When they comment about Riot Games being very helpful, then where are the bans for the NA players? Just suspend them. Just announce as a suspended prior investigation. Even do it on a download if you want to, okay? Just say they're suspended at the moment. That's it, pending investigation. That's my opinion on that matter. And it just feels like the AU players, the AU players have been hung out to dry as being match fixers, and I get betters coming into my chat saying that every single Australian game is match fixed and stuff like that. And ESIC have done nothing to stop that. There's been no emphasis on AU players being done for betting related scandals and not match fixing. And I think that emphasis needs to come back quickly, because it's getting frustrating as a caster, constantly having to defend the players over and over again that they were just done for a betting on other events that they shouldn't have been doing. They didn't know the first time, they won't do it again. Okay, that's what this has been. It's been a learning lesson for everyone in AU scene, really harshly for some, and fortunately not that harshly for others. And also, everyone knows now they're not going to bet in AU CSGO scene. And it's obviously impacted quite a bit. Viewership's been down because betting agencies feel like there's match fixing when there hasn't been any match fixing. And, unless you've got some big evidence that you're going to come down with, like, obviously you're not going to come down with if it's investigated with a police or anything like that. But it just feels like that a lot of people that were caught in that crossfire were just thinking they could bet on other games because they were told otherwise. They didn't know any better. Now, things that really solve that is of course, literally have, like, before anyone signs up to ESA Premier, like when they get to ESA Premier, just a rulebook of ESIC and what they are and what they should and shouldn't do as an authority, like, for example, being in your own games, putting the integrity of the game into dispute and stuff like that. And just making sure that it's a commitment as per se, like, have a brief idea, even though the Australian League at best is semi-professional, make them have make it as a professional feel to it, rather than them having to go to, like, an ESA admin who has no clue what he's talking about, to be honest. Like, no clue, no idea, doesn't know anything about ESIC. You guys need to be proactive on the front foot. Just have a little booklet. You've got your public guy. You can write a booklet really quickly. He writes those pages to report. You can write a quick booklet for the NA, EU, and whatever scene, and it should be fairly easy. Anyone competing in a tournament just gets given a booklet. Basically put the emphasis on a TO. Be like, hey, you gotta give them a booklet, and they can read through it in the end, okay? And that'll be your job done. Make it a lot easier. That would have helped in the AU scene quite a bit. I can tell you that would have helped a lot in the AU scene. And my opinion is, I think some of these AU players that are still banned should just get, say, hey, you get suspended sentence. You bet again on your own team or any other league, and we catch you doing it, we will ban you. Like, you put the other ban and reinforce it. Just give clemency. Because the AU scene at the moment is very, very fragile with CSGO. And we need anyone we can get that can play CSGO at the moment. Not like, desperation sort of move, but, like, anyone who can grow to seed with CSGO and really, put some emphasis either as in, like, kind of drama sort of way where they build up rivalries and stuff like that. Or, like, upgrade the quality of CSGO and help our Australian teams get better and get more teams into Europe, including Renegades as well, who got into Europe. And a lot of other teams, more the better, okay? And we need that to be competitive. And COVID has wrecked that as well, but ESIC has also had a bit of a playing hand in it as well, where they've essentially thrown a wrench in the works, and their inefficiency and somewhat incompetence with getting back to the players involved is really sad to see, okay? Like, I expect better. Like, pretty much I expect a lot better from our supposed esports integrity arm to uphold A, their deadlines, and B, their own integrity as well. And it's really frustrating because if I don't cast a game when I said I'm going to cast a game, I feel really bad. Like, I feel really shit. And I think ESIC, should uphold their duty to the same thing as well, okay? As best as they can do. And that's pretty much my thoughts. I know people could not enjoy, or might not be a good thing, but someone's just got to say it at this point. Like, someone's really got to say it's just not right. Like, it's just absolutely not right. And the entire scene's suffering because of it. Now, I'm not talking about, like, there's some people that have been banned for being silly. Like, I know there's a few bans for being silly, and I just told them straight up, just like saying, you did this to yourself. I've said this as well to some people, you've done this to yourself. That's the other bans, not really betting-related bans. Betting-related bans is more to it than meets the eye. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys, whenever our next cast, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Also, as well, even though I say this sort of thing as well, like the AU scene is getting hit by it, I still believe the AU scene can be very, very successful. It's just, we just need all the arms to be functioning together. Like, you need your TOs, you need your orgs, you need your players, and you need also the people outside, and make sure the tournament's integral, all working together, all on the same page, and all the ability to be flexible. Because we can't work together if none of you guys are going to move or be flexible or try to really grow the, as people say, grow the pie. Okay, like, we need all of you guys to do it. We also need brands too as well. Like, brands, if you want to sponsor a team or just pay for a team's salaries or orgs and like that, really, really appreciate it. I don't think even the players are going to ask for too much, and you probably could pick up maybe a decent team, maybe some brand ambassadors as well. Like, we've got some great players who are very, very good at growing their brand. We had Menulog come on with APOC, Dud, Tom, you know, there's a lot of other people out there as well, you know, Ruffleco, stuff like that as well, that you can potentially grow your brand off as well. Like, there's a lot of players out there. And yeah, you know, you never know what's going to happen. And I hope you guys, you know, take the chance on as well. And also the players listening to this as well, hope you guys take heart in that, you know, that we're all in it together. Even all the off-server stuff and stuff like that, at the end of the day, the league is all in it together. And basically your actions represent the league at the end of the day of what you do and what the league's going to become, especially, okay? And we all need to be working together on this one. And I hope you guys do so as well. I know a lot of you guys are trying to stick together and trying to prac. I mean, Vertex should be a big role model for that as well. And hopefully you guys use Vertex as your role model and has a lot competitive CSGO. And we're going to have like big action for those top 8 spots, okay? Like, I want to see those top 4 spots in each group have a lot of action on it as well. And a lot of fight and power in it as well. Not just giving up because 1 or 2 things don't work, okay? It's all about the journey, not about the destination, okay? It's all about the journey, growing as players, and getting to, you know, eventually maybe you get to the promised land, maybe you don't. You never know. But that's what you guys got to do. Anyways, Jose's out. Have a great night. Bye.